Well, I thought we defended very well for long periods of time, specifically against Sac State. I thought we did an excellent job really limiting their chances. They have, arguably some of the most dangerous players in the conference as far as attacking players between Kayla Collins and Kylie Kim. I mean, those two players and Caitlin Prothy actually, very dangerous players, and I thought we did an excellent job limiting their opportunities. So really proud of that. We've definitely got to get more consistent and a little more dangerous in the final third. I think our combination play through the middle portion of the field and being able to get into the final third has been very good. But that final cross, that final shot, that final opportunity has got to be more dangerous and more threatening. And, although we created 14 shots against Sac State, only 5 of them were on target. We had 13 corner kicks, and typically, 1 or 2 of those are going to go in, and we just weren't able to get ourselves free. So we've got to be a little bit more dangerous in those opportunities. But overall, a positive weekend in the sense we bounced back from a tough loss against NAU. But our players know now we're going to get everybody's best shot. I mean, come in Friday night against Southern Utah when we travel there, we're going to get everything they have. And so we've got to be prepared for that to go out and execute our game plan and be at the top of our game.
Only one goal in just over 200 minutes of play. What do you feel some of the reasons are for kind of those offensive struggles, maybe not being able to finish?
Well, we challenged our forwards a little bit that they need to be willing to step up and put the team on their shoulders, and that's their job. Just like the defender's job is to limit the other team's opportunities. Our goalkeeper's job is to make saves, etc. Our midfielder's job are to win the ball and obviously connect passes. Our forwards' job are to take shots and be selfish and not be afraid to let a ball rip from 25, 30 yards out when given the opportunity, or whip across in, whatever it might be. So they've got to be better. They know that. We can't rely just on set plays. We need to be better through the run of play as far as our opportunities, and it's just a matter of having a better killer instinct basically when we get into the final third. So we're going to work on that this week. We did some of those things today. We expect to train again tomorrow afternoon and Thursday before we get on the plane and head to Cedar City.
Do you feel like playing so many overtime games so early in the year might help kind of calm your team's nerves in crunch time situations down the road?
Well, we've been very fortunate. I mean, don't have to look too far from Memphis to Boise State and some other games that we know we're going to be in tight matches. We know it could come down to the final 10, 15 minutes. One thing we did, we need to do a better job starting the second half properly, and I think we did that on Sunday. It was a mistake that we made against NAU. We started a little flat, so we needed to be better there. And so we did some of those things in making sure that our players are focused for 90 minutes. And we talk about that, just win the next 10 minutes. Take them in 10-minute increments, 15-minute increments, whatever it is. Win that next segment of the game and, keeping yourself focused and locked in. And I think that's some of the challenge that we've had with some of our young players is staying locked in, in some of those critical moments and making sure that we're not making mistakes and giving another team opportunities that otherwise we wouldn't. So, so it's definitely some growing pains that we've had, some of the inconsistencies that we've had this season. But I feel like we're continuing to take steps forward and ultimately we want to find our stride here as we head on the road.
Kind of talking about that road stretch, 3 games on the road, what do you think the team needs to, or what do you need to see from the team in order for them to kind of get back on track?
Well, I know against Southern Utah, first and foremost, and who we're focused on is that we got to be more aggressive. We know that both defensively and offensively. We know Southern Utah is going to be very organized. They did that against Montana and Portland State. They were very difficult for both of those teams to break down. In fact, it was 0-0 at halftime in both of those matches. I think in the end, Montana wasn't able to score until about the 75th minute or so. I know Portland State scored about midway through the second half and then added another one late. So we know Southern Utah is going to be organized. This is only their second game at home out of their entire season. So, they're going to probably have a big crowd. They're going to be, whatever they can do to try to protect home field in the conference. So we've got to play on the front foot. We've got to stay organized defensively, but we've got to be aggressive attacking their goal, whether it be set pieces, run a play. So we need to do that, and it's nice that we only have one game this weekend, that we can focus solely on them, and then we'll turn around the next week and start to prepare for Northern Colorado and North Dakota, which is going to be a very difficult trip as well. So it's going to test our players. We've been fortunate; we've only had 3 road games. So going back on the road right now is going to be huge for us. That we've got to have the right mindset to go out and be aggressive and play on the front foot for sure.
A lot of common opponents between you and Southern Utah. With many similar teams. Does that give you any confidence going in that you've done a little bit better than they have?
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. I mean, the deal is with Southern Utah, with having a new head coach. Coach Thompson's been doing a very good job. He's still trying to, help that team find their identity, and so I'm sure he's had some inconsistencies. Bottom line is, I feel like we have very good players that can go in and create a lot of problems against them. But, I know that they're also hitting their stride too, shutting out Montana for long periods of time. Same thing with, Portland State. We know they're going to be fighting and battling, and it's going to be a close match. So we need to go in there and make sure that we get after them as quickly as possible, and put ourselves in the best position to score early and hopefully often and keep things going. But even if it doesn't go our way, we know every Big Sky team has the opportunity to, especially playing at home. They're going to be tough. So we've got to come out swinging and making sure we're ready to play aggressive.
Anything else, guys? All right.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
I mentioned